Hello friends, welcome back to IITC channel. This is regarding the first module of safety culture transformation through incident investigation reporting and taking corrective action. You guys, that motivated team will work miraculously and it will improve the productivity and enhance the profitability. Since we have seen in past 25 years or 27 years how safety culture can be transformed. I would like to give a small, experience of mine. I started my career in early 90s, where there was less weightage to safety. I am live example in front of you. Since we have, seen many industries, so I can tell you with my experience. In late 90s, there was some legal requirement and other thing compliances were there, and because of that, companies started following the safety norms in occupational safety. And slowly, in India, there is a cultural transformation. There were, companies where the employees were with old setup, with old mindset, and with old attitude. I don't say it's wrong or right. I would say that they were not having the knowledge, awareness, and importance of safety culture. And slowly there were migration over, 1 to 2 decades, and there was improvement in safety culture. And safety culture transformation has, lead has contributed, highly in terms of motivated team, and which has improved productivity, quality, and of course the profitability. In this module, we are going to see dedicatedly on safety management and safety culture. Please, bear with us in next 30 minutes to understand this slide. Guys, let us start straight away on the various topics what we are going to cover in safety management and culture. Specifically in this module, we will see what is the meaning of modern safety management. We will see the different elements of safety management. There are different elements and this varies from companies to companies. Some company has got 8 module, some company has got 8 elements, some company has got 12 elements, some company has got 15 elements. To benefit by and large to all of the audiences and participants like you, we will go for 15 elements so that you can get almost complete information regarding the safety management elements. I don't say those companies which has got 8 elements are bad or good, and those which are having 15 elements are good or bad. See, sometimes in 8 elements they are going to cover everything, and in 15 elements they are going to cover everything. So, with the means of clarity, some companies goes for 15, some companies goes for 12, some companies goes for 8 elements. We will see. We will see the example of safety management systems. Guys, we are going to see the examples of safety management systems, and we will see all the elements of safety management system here. We will also see the safety critical equipments and functions, how it is going to help us, and we will see that meaning of the safety culture. What do you mean by safety culture? What is a good safety culture and how we can improve day by day? Components of safety culture. Definitely we are going to see examples of positive safety cultures or proactive safety cultures. Good, better, best safety culture. There is nothing called as this, but we are going to discuss at some point of time about this type of safety culture and importance. What are the importance of safety culture, benefits of safety culture, how safety culture can increase the productivity, how safety culture can enhance the profit, how safety culture can keep your team motivated. Important aspect of positive safety culture, benefits of positive safety cultures. These all points we are going to see in this half an hour. If you have any question, query, please raise your hands. If you are not able to raise your hands due to any reason, please put your comments in the comment section and we will love to answer you. And your query can help others to clarify many things. I would encourage you to please put your queries, questions, your suggestions in the comment section of the video. Guys, now let us understand simply safety management system. What do we mean by safety management system? So we can say that safety management system provides a systematic way to continuously identify and monitor hazards. Safety system will definitely provide a guideline to identify and monitor the hazards and what are the control measures to minimize the risk while maintaining assurance that these risk controls are effective. So in general, safety management systems is a system to continuously identify and monitor the hazards and definitely give the credible control measures by which we can ensure that the risks are under control and effective. Safety system can also be defined in various ways, defined as a business-like approach to safety. Normally in the management we feel that there is a finance management or HR management or operation management or maintenance management. Likewise, we have the same system in safety. It is a systematic, explicit and comprehensive process for managing safety. So earlier it was unstructured approach for safety. As I told you that early 90s there was safety. There was factory act. There were, I mean, people using the safety factory safety rules, but probably it might be unstructured. But now the system has come to manage the safety in a structured approach, in a systematic approach, in explicit and comprehensive process for managing the risk. So this element, this system is called a safety management system. Now question is, what do you mean by modern safety management? Are we going to add some flavor into the safety management system which can become modern safety management? So now there is a proactive approach and there is a reactive approach. So we can say that modern safety management is based on proven principle of safety management and provides the functional concept and techniques for practical and proactive approach to managing safety and controlling losses. So this is again a systematic approach and to fundamentally have a practical and proactive approach towards managing safety so that you can control losses. I hope you understand. If you have any question with respect to the definition in terms of clarity, I would always encourage to put in the comment section. Guys, as we discussed that there are different elements of safety management system. Some company has got 8 elements of safety management system. Some company has got 12 elements. Some company has got 15 elements. I am very sure your company might have or have safety management system. If unfortunately if you do not have, so please formulate the safety management system first and try to accommodate all the elements in that. I am very sure you have the OSAs, you have got EMS, you have got the QMS. You may be having the IMS, Integrated Management System. So you have it. If you don't have, we are here to help you. Likewise, let us go for safety management system which has got 15 elements just to give the complete idea in broken steps so that you have the complete information regarding different elements. This does not mean 8 elements safety management systems are wrong or right. So we will not jeopardize it. Sometimes 8 management system has got all the information comprehensive in 1 or 2 elements. The first and foremost thing is safety policy and organization. We will see that what do you mean by safety policy and what are different safety organizations. We will see second element is safe work procedures, safe work practices, SOP, standard operating procedure. But here we are going for safe work procedures. And the third element is safety training. Every company has got safety department. Now people are concentrating and they are investing in the safety training. Earlier, the safety training people believe that this is a waste of time, money and energy. But now every proactive companies are sending their people for training, in-house training and outside trainings. So guys, every company has got in-house training. I don't say this is bad or good, but there are outside training. So sometimes we need to take support of third man approach. And I will not say that don't have in-house training. In-house training I have seen because I have implemented. People take it granted. People do not put their 100%. They feel as a burden when they are going for in-house training. This is, I'm telling you, I'm not saying all companies, all employees, all subordinates, but there are this kind of culture. I have seen there is a LCMS, Legal Compliance Management System. There is online training programs are there. There are online modules are there. People don't bother it. They go and just click and they pass it. There are some questions also. I have seen in some company they have got question-based training. So after some certain point of time, you need to appear for the question. You need to give the right answer. If you are not able to give the right answer, then you need to go back and start from the beginning. So I don't say this is good or bad, but I would say that go for effective training program, whether this is in-house or outside. Sometimes people get motivated sending people for outside training programs. I don't say I am promoting my business, huh? Fourth element is group meeting. This is HSE meeting, safety committee meeting. What is the importance of safety committee meeting? What is the frequency of safety committee meeting? What are the points to be discussed? What are the agendas of safety committee meeting? Who should be part of the safety committee meeting? We will see all. Elements 5. Accident and incident investigation and analysis. We will see the objective of accident. We will see the objective of accident reporting, incident investigation analysis. And there is a dedicated module for this program in this session. We will see it. Element number 6, in-house safety rules and regulations. So guys, there are regulatory requirement and regulatory compliances, and every company has got LCMS, Legal Compliance Management System. Other than that, legal compliance is a basic minimum requirement what company has to follow, has to implement. Other than that, every company has got their own in-house rules and regulations. So what are those? How these rules are going to help? How these are going to enhance good safety culture? What are the benefits? Who are responsible for identifying safety rules? Who are going to monitor this safety rules implementation? Who is going to follow the safety rules implementation? Who is going to follow safety rules? And if safety rules are not followed, what are the penalties? What are the compensation? So we will see it. Element 7, safety promotion. Safety promotion is big word. Safety promotion can be done by words of mouth, lead by example, leadership, by boards, by posters, by organizing some programs. We will see different safety promotion programs, and nowadays we need to have smart safety promotion programs. We need to have intelligent safety promotion activities. We need to really have motivation in safety programs. We should not have monotonous kind of safety promotion jobs. Element number 8, evaluation, selection and control of contractors. Guys, I am very sure nowadays every company takes support of the contractor to achieve their objective and yearly goal. Earlier, I remember in 1990s, and there were less, phenomena of using the contractor. But nowadays, without contractor, we cannot achieve our goals, because nowadays company has concept of outsourcing many things. I don't need to discuss here in this element. You guys know it. Earlier, company used to have everything in-house. Housekeeping guys are owned by us. Gardening people are owned by us. Maintenance people are owned by company. Training department owned by company. Finance department owned by company. HR department owned by company. But nowadays, you will be surprised to know that many company has outsourced their finance department. Many companies has outsourced their HR department. Many company has outsourced their operation department. Many company has outsourced their maintenance department. Many company has outsourced their housekeeping and whatnot. I am not saying about you, but there are some transformation happening with the mode of operations. Element number 9, safety inspection. Plant safety inspection. What is safety inspection? We will see who can do safety inspection, when this safety inspection can be done, what are the team structure, and what is the benefit of safety inspection, what are the recommendations, how the recommendations are closed. We will see everything in safety inspection, very in small, ratings, very small pace. Maintenance regime. Maintenance is part and parcel of the company manufacturing organization. If there are machines, machines are bound to fail. Machines have to have preventive maintenance, have to have predictive maintenance, have to have breakdown. You will see it. Hazard analysis. Hazard analysis means identify the hazards, then analyze the hazards, then identify the high risk, then identify the control measures, then identify the implementation, implement the control measures, bring the risk to down. Hazard may be minor or major. Risk can be minor or major. Risks are different things, hazards are different things. There is a separate 30 minutes video on hazards and risk. How to manage the risk of your company. I would encourage you to please go through the risk assessment of IRTC. You can find out in our channel hazard risk assessment IRTC. You will find it. Or if you go in my channel, you will find out what are the risk technology, what are the risk techniques, and this is a very good program to understand the basics of hazards and risk. Use of hazardous material. Guys, any material which is hazardous to health, atmosphere, environment, product, and property are hazardous. Maybe toxic, maybe flammable, maybe explosive, maybe reactive. So we need to know how we can identify hazardous material, how to use safely, how to handle it safely, how to dispose it safely. In the element number 12. 13 occupational health programs. Periodic medical checkup, pre-employment medical checkup are two key parameters of health programs, and there are ongoing health surveillance, health measurements. Now this is there is a system called industrial hygiene. Now many company has got their department, specific department is industrial hygiene department, and industrial hygiene department is much more respected department nowadays, because companies are spending money, not spending money, they are investing money. If I say spending money, this would be wrong. And the 14th is emergency response plan. See guys, emergency response has to be there, because there is a company, emergency may arrive, maybe natural emergencies, maybe man-made disaster, maybe machine issues. So we need to prepare for emergency response. And then document control and review. This is the last element, and this is very important element. All documents has to be controlled. All document has to be reviewed, revised on certain interval. All document has to be approved by people. All document training has to be given. All documents awareness has to be given, and then review of the document on periodic basis. Now, guys, we can explain. These all elements one by one. I will take not much time to explain this, because if I start explaining all these elements, this will take most time. Now, example of safety management systems. Guys, we have seen different elements of matured safety management system. For the age of the group, for the comfort of the group, we have taken 15 elements for for easy explanation. Now we will see that safety policy and organization. Guys, safety policy, if you go by definition objective, I am not going to add my views. To establish a written policy in safety and health, which illustrates clearly the management commitment and approach in providing and maintaining a safe and healthy work environment. Guys, each and every company must have safety policy and safety organization. Safety policy must be having written, must have been approved by the top management, to show the management is committed to provide all the resources, all the budgets, all the facilities, so that health and safety of the working environments are protected. And this has to be approved, this has to be displayed at various locations, and this has to be understood by every employee. Correct, guys? So let us not describe it more. Again, I tell you, I have got small 5 minutes presentation. What is a safety policy and organization? You may feel free to go for 5 minutes program for safety policy and organization. Likewise for all element number first to element number 15. Safe work practices. The objective, if we read it, to establish relevant safe practices so that all works are carried out safely. The intention is we need to identify all the hazards in various steps of the work, and based on the hazards we need to define our safe practices, and all person has to be trained in the safe practices so that work can be done safely. Everybody is aware of the hazards and risks of different steps of the activity. Risks of injury to people and property equipment damages are eliminated or minimized. Safe work practices are to be designed, are to be formulated based on the job safety analysis. To do any job, we have to do JSA. When you do any job, the JSA has to be done. Based on the JSA, we need to identify all the hazards. Based on the hazard identification and control measure, we need to formulate our safe operating procedure or safe work practices, and people have to be trained on these safe work practices so that they can work as per the safe work practices, so that they can eliminate all the hazards and risks, and safe work can be done safely. In a nutshell, I will not take much time. I would encourage you to please go through 5 minutes module of all the elements later on from our channel at your convenience. Safety training. The objective is to provide and equip all employees with the required skill. Every employee has to be trained and should have information to have a right set of skill. See, operator, maintenance, housekeeping, crane operator, forklift operator, everybody has got their different activities. So that means the person has to be have different type of skill to discharge their duty safely, timely, and effectively in nice manner. Likewise, some person is from operation department, he has to be trained in operation related activity. Some person has to be trained in work processes. Maintenance people has to be trained in maintenance activity. Equipment to enable them to carry out their job safely and efficiently. Some people has to be trained on equipment to deliver their jobs safely and efficiently and effectively. Now we say that it should be suitable and sufficient. So suitable and sufficient information has to be given to each and everybody so that everybody at every vertical can discharge their job safely, suitably, effectively on the right manner. Guys, now group safety meeting. As we discussed in the beginning, that let me read the objective. To provide adequate facilities, equip effectively means to communicate for safety and health message related information and knowledge to all employees including contractor. The factory should have also motivation facility for employees at all levels to participate in the discussion of safety, health issues arising from the work practices. Guys, there are requirements as per the factory act that every factory must have safety committee. Nowadays, HSC committee. Safety committee has to have right a team, has to have people from the different cross function of team. There should be representation from the management, from the top management, from the middle management, from supervisor management, for employees, from the part of association, from the part of worker association. So, and sometimes from training department, sometimes from the procurement department, depending on your requirement, you can aid those people so that you can give the justice to safety committee meeting, HSC meeting, maintenance meeting, progress meeting, which can enhance your skill, enhance your productivity, enhance your profitability. Incident investigation and analysis. Guys, I have got separate dedicated module for incident investigation and analysis. Now here, to establish procedure for ensuring that all incidents, accidents and near misses occurring in the factory is investigated promptly and effective and practical remedial measures are to be taken to prevent reoccurrences. Ultimate goal of incident investigations are: first is legal compliance, second thing is to find out the root causes, so that root causes recommendations and control measures are taken care and are being implemented, so that our ultimate goal is to prevent reoccurrences. So do the investigation. So right team should be there, right people should be there, right tools should be used, identify the credible consequences, identify the credible recommendations, then implement the recommendation to prevent. Our ultimate goal of accident investigation is to prevent reoccurrence of the same accident. In-house safety rules and regulations. Guys, as we discussed in the beginning, before that, let us read it. To establish written safety rules and regulations that are relevant to the organization in addition to the legal requirement. Legal requirements are minimum to comply with. Anything and everything which is more than legal compliance is a safety rule, a company rule. This involves inculcating in workmen, including contractor, and their roles and responsibility in the safety whilst performing their work in the factory. Let us discuss. As we discussed that every company must comply with legal compliance, which is the bare minimum. On over and above each and everything, we need to have company rule. Company rules are to manage work discipline in win-win situation, so that we don't see any unfortunate events, so that people are safe, people are motivated, so that we can increase profitability, we can increase productivity. And rules, people have to be trained, people have to be aware for every rules and regulation. Any update of rules and regulation, if there is any update or any deletion or addition, we have to train our all people, whether he is a permanent worker, he is a contract worker, and we need to train their roles and responsibility, what they are supposed to do, what they are not supposed to do. Do's and don'ts must be clear to every employee. Objective: safety promotion. The objective is to develop and maintain safety and health interest and awareness amongst the workforce, and to all install a positive attitude and behavior towards safety and health amongst all personnel at the workplace, and to help creating a caring safety culture in the factory. Guys, safety promotion means to promote safety. We need to have various safety promotional activity. We need to have various safety promotional campaign. We need to have various safety promotional communication. We need to have various, safety promotional ads. We need to have various safety competition. We need to have some motivation, so that people are promoting safety. They should not take safety as a burden. In fact, safety is a part and parcel of operation. Safety is a part and parcel of maintenance. This can never be separated. You can't say, I can't say, I'm doing maintenance and I'm not responsible for safety, because when you are doing maintenance, you are doing maintenance with safe measures. You are doing safety as per the OEM requirements. You are doing maintenance as per original equipment guideline. You are doing maintenance pertaining all the safety rules and guidelines. Likewise, operation also. So safety cannot be eliminated from your operations, from your maintenance, from your each and every activity what you are doing in the plant. There are various safety promotion activity, as you mentioned, that safety campaign, safety communication, safety competition, safety information, safety boards, safety audit. Many things are there. Safety involvement, even safety committee is one of the safety promotion. Involvement is also one of the promotion activity. Evaluation, selection, and control of contractors. Guys, as we discussed that, now we cannot dream of doing our job, doing our targets, achieving our mission, achieving our goal without contractors are not possible. I do not know if there are some companies who do not take the support from any contractors. There may be some exceptions, but I am not talking about exceptions. I am saying that contractors are part and parcel of our product, our vision, our mission. They are not separate people. We must respect contractors, because they are going to make you successful. So they are not different than your own employee. Now we have to treat every employee at par. But evaluation, selection, and control of contractor has to be done very nicely. We need to have we need to select right contractor with right attitude, with right skill, with right backup, with right technical skill, with right financial skill. So that is why when we are selecting the contractor first time for doing any job, we must need to evaluate technically as well as financially to ensure that you are selecting right people with right mindset, with right skills so that you can prevent accident. Ultimate goal is to prevent accident. Ultimate goal is to achieve our target by selecting right contractor, by giving right job to right person so that we cannot have an accident. There are many things, as I mentioned that we have got 5 to 10 minutes video for this point. I would encourage you to go through all 15 elements differently, separately, so that you understand what are the different, parts are covered in different elements. Safety inspection. Likewise, we have got walkthrough survey. We have got safety inspection. We have got planned safety inspection. We have got surprise safety inspection. We have who are going to be there in the safety inspection. What do you mean by cross-functional safety inspection team? What is frequency of safety inspection? What are the benefits of safety inspection? What are the output of safety inspection? What we are going to do with all safety inspection points? How the safety inspection points and recommendations can be closed? What if those points are not closed? So guys, we need to see in the holistic way. And I am very sure I don't need to tell you, I don't need to teach you, but you guys are expert of your organization. You know what safety inspection means. We need to define the frequency, type of team, cross-function team, what time to be done, planned safety inspection, and informed safety inspection. There is a unplanned safety inspection, many things. And what do you mean by safety inspection checklist? I will try to put a safety inspection checklist for a typical industry. You can take the help of this safety inspection checklist and you can make your own safety inspection checklist. Every company has got their own safety inspection checklist. You need to customize the standard safety checklist to suitable for your company. Why suitable for your company? Because every company has got their own hazards, their own risk, their own operation, their own mindset of people. So you need to customize the safety inspection checklist as per your company requirement. Maintenance regime. As we discussed, maintenance is very vital elements of the any production facility. To establish an effective and practical maintenance regime for all statutory equipments, machinery, equipments and tools used in the factory so as to prevent occurrences of accident because of the failure of such equipment. So guys, I would tell you in the bigger form. There are one thing legal related to legal compliance. There are other things which is much more than legal compliance. We need to do identify all the legal compliance maintenance requirement like safety valve testing, like pressure vessel hydro test, like chain pulley block SWL test, like inspection of your chain pulley blocks, like inspection of your wire rope, like doing hydro test of pipeline, many more. We don't want to identify here, but I would say that please go through my special video for maintenance regime. You will get a much more thing. Other than the legal requirement, we need to have the health checkup of all the equipments. We need to have preventive checkup. We have to have predictive checkup. We have to have, preventive shutdown. We have to have breakdown cases. We need to have RBI. We need to have RCM, reliability centered maintenance, risk based inspection. So these are very big form. I had a program of maintenance of effluent treatment plant, of utility machines, of boiler for 2 days each. So can you understand what is the gravity, severity in the maintenance? Maintenance is the vital part of smooth maintenance. Maintenance free, accident free equipments or accident free safety culture. Hazard analysis. Guys, we need to have a systematic procedure for identifying, evaluating, and control of hazards. There are various hazard identification tools like hazard like HAJOB, like QRA, like PHA, like ORA, like OCHID, like SAMOPS, like poultry analysis, like inventory analysis, like hazardous cell classification, like cell classification. There are many tools available for hazard identification. Every company should have the systematic approach for hazard identification. We need to have HERA, hazard and risk identification techniques. We need to have different teams. People have to be trained. People have to be sensitized to identify all the hazards. And then after identifying hazards, we need to see the risk is in the alarm zone as well as reasonably practicable. If the risk is very high, then we need to have control measures, and those control measures has to be implemented so that we have very safe operation, accident free operations. We will not speak more about the who can do hazard identification, what are the different tools of hazard identification, which tools can be used, what are the importance of the hazard identification, how it can help you, what are the benefits, what are the control measures. These are the different ball game. We will see this information in the next module or in the different module. Control of movement and use of hazardous substances. Nowadays, in every company, you know that there are hazardous chemical. If you don't have anything, you have diesel and petrol. If you don't have anything, you have paint and thinners. If you don't have anything, you are using toxic material. If you don't have anything, you have combustible material. So we must know that to establish a system for identification and management of all hazardous substances through an established well-defined procedure for the receipt, issuance, storage, handling, and use of hazardous chemical. There is a manufacturing import of hazardous chemical rule. We have to also follow that. So there are specific guidelines for this one. So as a company, we must have very good system for receipt of material, issuance of material, storage of material, how to handle it, how to use it. There are one video, one material, one training session for how to use hazardous substances. This is 1 hour session. You can take this session as per your convenience so that you can get familiar, you can train your people, and you can minimize the accident. You can have accident-free environment. Occupational health program. Guys, there are factory act liabilities, there are factory rules liabilities. Every company must have pre-employment checkup, pre-medical checkup, regular checkup, and ongoing checkup, health surveillance. And then there is a health, industrial hygiene. There are companies who are doing much more than your legal requirement. So recognition of health concern, evaluation of health concern, then put a control measures of health concern. There are a lot of hazardous chemicals are being used. There are a lot of hazardous activities are happening. So we must focus on occupational health programs time to time. Emergency response planning. Guys, I will take very less time to explain you emergency response planning. Every company who are handling either hazardous chemical or non-hazardous chemical, they are coming in the purview of factory act. Not every company must identify what are the emergency possible. For all possible emergency, we need to make a plan, emergency response plan. If this emergency realizes, what should be response plan? Everybody has to be trained how to respond to the particular emergency, and everybody has to be aware what are the precautions to be taken if any emergency comes in. So there is an on-site emergency plan, there is an off-site emergency plan. On-site emergency plan is known as the emergency response plan. On-site emergency plan is the responsibility of a owner. Off-site emergency plan is a disaster management plan. It is also called as a DDMP, District Disaster Management Plan. Personally, I have helped many industries, more than 100 industries, to define on-site emergency plan, to define emergency response plan. I have been working with many authorities to define district disaster management plan. So for this session, these are the enough. Document control. These are the pioneer, backbone, spinal cord of the system. If you don't have the effective document control management system, probably your system will fail. Probably you are not able to update your system. Probably your people are using the wrong updated procedure. Probably your people are not trained. Probably you have many accidents. There are many things. To establish an effective system to document and record the establishment and maintenance of 14 elements is the safety management system. This is to facilitate easy and effective retrieval of relevant documents and also enhance the effectiveness of system reviewing process. And on top of that, it will help correct implementation of the system. Guys, with this, I think we have seen very briefly, although I have was very fast, I am sorry for that, but I would encourage you to please go through 5 minutes video on every session so that you get enhanced information on that. Guys, now we are moving for the next. Now we are saying that safety critical elements and function. What are the safety critical elements? Sometimes industry people say that SCE. Sometimes industry people say that HSECES, health, safety, environment, critical equipment system. Sometimes there is a safety critical function. Sometimes there is a safety critical action. So we need to identify all these safety critical equipments. We need to identify all safety critical activities so that we can take suitable preventive measures, control measures, so that we can have safe, accident-free operation. What are those techniques? How to identify safety critical elements? Like guys, prevention, detection, mitigation, isolation, control, life saving, and emergency. I have given this slide in detail in the next module. I would request you to please hold on. Any questions, any query for now. We will see this thing in detail, how you can do prevention, how you can do detection, how you can do isolation, how you can do mitigation, how you can do control, how you can do life-saving equipment, how you can do emergency response planning. So likewise, this is the barrier model. I think now I think I should explain you. So if you want to identify the safety critical elements, safety critical activities, SSC, CES, HSC, CEA. So you need to use, and you need to ask your question whether this equipment is coming in this series, whether this equipment is preventing some accident, whether this equipment is detecting some accident, whether this equipment is isolating the hazard, whether this equipment or system is mitigating the hazard, whether this equipment is controlling this hazard, whether this equipment is related to life saving, whether this equipment or activity is related to emergency. If the answer of these questions are yes, from here to here, that means this is a HSECES or safety critical element. Say for example, your firefighting system. So now you have to run whether your firefighting system is preventing accident, yes or no, no. Whether this firefighting system is detecting your accident, yes or no. Right now, no, it's not FNG, it's a firefighting system, no. Whether the firefighting system is isolating accident, no. Mitigating accident, yes. And also emergency response plan. So it is mitigating incident or putting the damage control. That means your firefighting system is safety critical equipment. What do you mean by ambulance? Whether this ambulance is safety critical elements. Let us learn. Whether this is preventing accident? No. Whether this is detecting emergency? No. Whether this is isolating emergency? No. Whether this is mitigating? No. Whether this is controlling accident? No. Whether this is part of life saving? Yes. That means your answer of your question is yes. If the answer of your question is yes in any one of these state, that means your equipments are safety critical equipments. Your activities are safety critical activity. This is very nutshell. We are going to see in detail in the following slide so that you can get complete idea about safety critical equipment and function. Guys, these are the barrier model. Again, I would say that there are detailed description in the second module, but for sake of knowledge, I would take less time over here. This is a structure integrity barrier. You have the platform, you have your roof, but your structures are corroded. If your structure collapses, this will collapse your pipeline. This will damage your storage tank. This accident will happen. Process contamination, process containments like your pipeline, like your storage tanks. These are process containment like your vessels. If these vessels are leaking, this is the incident. Ignition control. This is related to hazard classification. You have got flammable liquid. You are using flammable gases. there should be no ignition, because you have ignition, this is the fire, this is ignition, this is oxygen, this is fuel. You are completing your fire triangle. If you are completing your fire triangle, there will fire. So your ignition control is a barrier. Detection system, FNG system is a detection system. Protective system, you have got your dilute system is protective system. Shutdown system, you have got your emergency shutdown system, emergency shutdown valves, you have got PSD, you have got ESD buttons, emergency response planning. You have got identified all the emergency situations. You have all the identified all the equipments, all the system for emergency response for particular emergency arises. You are practicing on that. You are doing a mock drill. Lastly, life-saving equipments. You have got SCABA, you have got ambulance, you have got your stretcher, you have got your other medical equipments. These all have been identified in detail in the next module. That is why I am trying to go it very quickly so that we can save some time. Guys, if you have any question, please put your question in the comment section. I would be happy to answer you. I would be happy to tell my and say my views. What do you mean? If these holes, let us go back, these holes are aligned, that means we are going to have accident. Accident are domino effect. That means for having any accident, there should be series of events. It will not happen at one point of time. If you say there is a hazard means toxic or a flammable chemical, there is a ignition of fire, there is a fire. So flammable chemical, if this leaks and if there is a fire, there are many barriers. Structural integrity is there, process containment is there, ignition control is there, detection system is there, protection system is there, shutdown system is there, ERP is there, life saving is there. If all the barriers are failed, then only there there is a fire and there is fatality. So guys, I am trying to give an example. These hazards are going through one hole, then second hole, then third hole, then fourth hole, then fifth hole, then sixth hole, then seventh hole, then eighth hole. Then accident will arise. That means it is a domino effect. Accident will not happen with one barrier fail. This is the sign of series event. This is sign of multiple barriers have failed. That is why you have an accident. If you don't believe me, go back in any root cause analysis. You will find that to accident to realize there are series failure. There are series of events. There are series of barrier failure. This is a Swiss cheese model. Now guys, let us understand safety culture or meaning of safety culture for our understanding. Guys, yes. Now we will talk very quickly what do you mean by safety culture. Let us read it. Safety culture is defined as the way in which safety is managed in the workplace. That means every company has got their own safety culture. I will not say good or bad. I will not say wrong or right. I will say that every company has got their system for managing safety. Their set of procedures are there, their set of equipments are there, their set of behaviors are there. So to manage their own safety, they have the system in the place, in the workplace, and those system is known as safety culture. Safety culture is the combination of belief, my perception, my attitude or attitude of employees, management towards safety of the workers and entire environment. See, my belief may be strong, may be weak, may be medium. My perceptions may be very strong towards safety. My attitude of people are very proactive. So now we are not going to say wrong or right. Huh? We are not saying good or bad. We are saying that yes, for having any safety culture, these three elements are vital. Components of safety culture. Three main components of safety culture. Behavior of the organization, behavior of the people, organization and organization structure, and psychological situation. These are the three components which plays vital in safety management or safety management culture. This will tell you we are having the strong safety culture or we are having a poor safety culture. This will tell us we are having a good safety culture or bad safety culture. But I can tell there is no good or bad. We don't say wrong or right. We don't say strong or weak, but we say in terms of accident. If the number of accidents are high, that means you can understand what safety culture we are living in, what safety culture we have it. Can we improve the safety culture? We will see in the detail in later slide. Components of safety culture. Again means there is safety culture, behavioral component. This is vital. Psychological components and organizational components. This is management. This is leadership. This is the managing director. This is the president. This is the vice president. They will indicate us how to behave. They will control our behavior. They will monitor our behaviors. They will say wrong or right behavior. They will issue the budget. They will release the equipments. They will give the importance of safety. They will say safety comes first. And then psychological component. Psychological components are very, very smart. See, if I tell you, okay, you have safety first. I'm telling you safety first, but I'm not doing anything. I'm not exhibiting that safety first should be there. I'm saying that use helmet when you're going in the plant. I'm a plant manager. But when I go in the plant, I don't have helmet on my head. I have helmet on my hand. So what is the psychology of the people? People will see that, my God, this Ved Prakash is only telling you the safety helmet, but he himself is coming in the plant. He is without helmet. I will not also I will also not use it. This is psychological game. That means you need to lead by example. We need to demonstrate, walk the talk. We will also see how you can improve the safety culture, how you can play, how you can use the benefit of psychology of the people. But to win the psychology of the people, you have to behave it. You have to live in this, I mean, good safety culture. You have to live by example. You have to lead by example. We will see in the following slides, guys. Probably we will take some time to explain it here. Positive safety culture. Positive safety culture is a team climate, it is teamwork. TEAM, together, everyone achieve more. And nothing can be achieved with a team. We say no, if you want to run fast, go alone. If you want to run fast, go alone. But if you want to go for long distance, go with the team, go with the slow. Take the team in confidence. Then you need to have a safety culture climate. You need to build the safety culture climate. This will not a one day job. This is a slow job. You cannot force anybody to have a good safety climate or culture. It is a lead by example. It is has to be demonstrated. Management has to be there. It has to be team approach. It has to be positive culture. You don't have blame culture. You don't have scolding culture. You don't have penalized culture. This is what will make you confident. This is what is going to make your team confident. This is what is safety culture means. Workplace condition. Workplace condition means I am preaching anything. I am preaching everything, but I don't have the machine guarding on my rotating equipment. I am saying use machine guarding, but these machine guardings are not there from 1 year because I don't have the fabricator. Because of fabricator, I am not able to fabricate it. I am not able to put on the rotating equipment on the pump motor coupler. So I'm not giving the right culture. I'm not giving the safe working environment. And I don't have right to ask people to work safely. Because people are going to work there on the rotating equipment, on the side of the rotating equipment, probably bad luck. They may also get entangled. They have permanent disability. They have temporary disability. And God forbid, they may also have the fatal incidents. So we need to give right working culture, right working environment, right working condition. Stress recognition. We need to have stress recognition because people are coming for you, people are working for you, people are having some direct stress or indirect stress. Maybe having they have stress of loss of job. They may having stress of penalty. They may having stress of some concern. So we need to recognize the stress and we need to deal with the stress so that we can build positive stress management. Perception of the management. Perception of management is very important. But management should always be positive, and the things should come from the top. It is not from the down. It should not be. It is from downward. Sensitization. It's not upward sensitization. You need to see the situation. You need to lead by example. You need to give right tools and techniques. You need to feel that. Yes, people are worthy for you. You don't treat people as a second man, third man. They are not worker. They are simply human being. You need to make them realize that people are important for me. You are important for me. And communication is very important. This is a verbal communication or not verbal communication. You need to put safety communication promotion. You need to put lot of boards. You need to put lot of hazard awareness program, and you need to communicate what you exactly want from them. You want work to be done, or you are work to be done safely. You are cared about people, or you are simply saying that safety first, but you are not caring about your damaged equipment, damaged safety valve, damaged machine guarding, and there is leaking storage tanks. So you need to lead by example. You need to demonstrate, yes, we what we say we mean by that, and what we mean by that, we are ready to spend it. Right budget, right aptitude, right support, right set of skill. This is called as component of positive safety culture. These are again positive safety culture. I will not read it by line. I would request you to please go through at your convenience. Hold it. Leadership, system, behavior, employee engagement, person status, condition. This is ideal safety culture. I will request you to please pause the video and go through line by line. This is self-explanatory. We have discussed everything in our preceding files and slides. Guys, types of safety culture. Professor Patrick Hudson, I have taken this thing from him. They are saying that increasingly informed and increasing trust and accountability. If people are increasingly informed, if people are more informed and they have more trust and accountability, definitely this will be a positive safety culture or modern safety culture. Pathological behavior, that means, what is pathological behavior? Let me take some time to explain you. If there's a pathological environment in the company, in the organization, that means I don't care about the safety. And as long as I'm not caught. Because when I'm caught, I am penalized. But I don't care about safety as long as I'm not caught. But when I am caught, then it comes to reactive behavior. Safety is important. We do a lot. Every time we have an accident. So sometimes after the accident, we do blame culture. We take reactive measures. We say machine guarding was not there. We say training was not done. We say safety valve was not working. We say there was leakage. We have not done NDT. These all are reactive. After accident, we do post-mortem, and then we say what has gone wrong. What could we have done before the accident? Calculative. We have a system in place to manage all the hazards. This is calculative. We should have all the system in place. This is still better than reactive. And to manage the hazard. Calculative. We have system in place to manage all the hazards. Proactive. System safety leadership and values drive for continuous improvement. Yes, we should do positive. We should do proactive. We should identify all the hazards in advance. We should identify all the control measures in advance. We should give training to everyone. We should not pressurize the people. We should take all the precautions. We should take all the permit to work. This is proactive, not reactive. Generative. Safety is how we do our business around the clock. Many companies say that safety is our business. Safety comes first, and we do every operation safely. Safety is a part of operation. Our operation is a part of safety. We don't discriminate. No, no, I'm from operation. Safety is not my part. I will not be part of safety inspection. I will not remove unsafe condition or action. So this is positive culture. This is how, guys, we are going to have modern safety culture. Modern safety culture means proactive. Learned information has to be implemented to get appropriate safety culture, to have accident-free production. If you only want an SMS because they are in regulation, you are. Sometimes company feel that okay, I'm following the regulation, I'm following the factory act, my job is done. There's nothing extra to be done. I would say, guys, that is not wrong, but I think we need to open our eyes to understand: is there accident? Are there many accidents? And what are indirect costs? Focus on indirect costs. Then you will learn it. It is not merely implementing or following the legal compliances. This is much more than this. Costs are only on the tips of the iceberg. There are two-thirds or 90% are below the ice. So we need to focus on the indirect cost. Then you can implement your safety rules and regulation more than your legal compliance. Guys, I am here for you. I don't say I am master or expert. You are the master and expert. Please feel free to communicate. Please feel free to put your comment section. Probably I will learn from you. Benefits of positive culture. Trust, moral, talent, brand, competitiveness, profitability, engagement, productivity. Benefits of safety culture. This will increase the trust level in every employee. This will boost your moral, your team moral, and people are very excited and intelligent. This will increase talent of the people. This will give a brand value, like DuPont. This will give a competitiveness because if you are doing safety, if you are working safely, your productivity increases, and this will give a competitiveness of your productivity. Profitability will increase. Engagement with man, machine, material, with worker and managements are high, and definitely enhance productivity. That means increased productive profitability, and this will minimize absenteeism. This will remove all the direct cost or indirect cost of incident, and this will decrease the turnover. So guys, with this I believe this information was useful for you, and there are something what I could not have told you. Probably I want to tell you, but I don't know what to tell you. Probably you have a lot of questions. Probably you might not have asked it. Please do not stop yourself. Please let me know now so that I can answer you. If you are not able to tell us now, please put in the comment section. I will come back to you. Guys, with this, thank you very much. Hope this information was useful for you. Please send the link to this presentation to your friends, your industrial friends, your colleagues, your managers, so that they can also go through that. With this guy, thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Thank you guys.